مستنيين الشو بتاع الاوركا الحوت الكبير هيبدأ بعد 10 دقايق. المكان اللي احنا فيه كبير.
Orca and Car will begin in just a few moments. But first, we'd like to share with you a short film about the Orcinus orca and its place in the world we all share.
هناك الأوركا ورا هيعملوا فيلم صغير عن الأوركا.
And is essential to all life, both in the sea and on the land. There's one animal that is the perfect ambassador for the ocean, and that's the Orcinus orca, or killer whale. In just a few minutes, you'll meet Seaworld's killer whale. First though, let's find out more about these remarkable animals. Orcinus orca, or the killer whale, is the most widely distributed mammal on Earth. They can be found throughout the ocean, all around the world, including in the Arctic, the Atlantic, the Southern, the Indian, and the Pacific Oceans. No other single marine species lives in as many different ocean habitats or is as directly reliant on as many different types of marine life as the killer whale. More than any other marine animal, the Orcinus orca is the very embodiment of our shared global ocean. Until about 2 decades ago, scientists didn't know that there were actually several different varieties.
Build relationships with, teach, and learn from these amazing animals. Now more than ever, we're honored to share our relationships with our whales and what we've learned with all of you. Now we all recognize that there's a new way of doing things. We're all wearing face masks and social distancing. We want to thank you for your patience and cooperation as we safely navigate through this process. At the end of today's presentation, we ask that you please remain seated. Our operations ambassadors will be on hand to assist with a safe and timely exit of all of our guests. But for now, we hope you'll enjoy Orca Encounter!
The killer whale story is the ocean story, and it's one we all share.
We are one world, united by our ocean.
You hear
Makayo, and that was Trua, showing off their size, speed, power, and problem-solving abilities. These behaviors keep our whales active and engaged. Seaworld's killer whales have inspired generations to care about our natural world, and today we're excited to share their story with all of you.
Killer whales are the ocean's top predator. They use cooperation and communication, not just size and strength, to take their place at the top of the ocean's floor. At the bottom are small animals, like krill. At the top, the apex predator, the killer whale. Killer whales are as big as a bus, faster than an Olympic swimmer, high-flying and powerful.
We're going to see all of that today and more. These and other behaviors provide an environment that's full of enrichment.
We spend days, weeks, months, and years building relationships with our whales. This creates trust, and that allows us to do some amazing things. For example, when you visit the doctor, you present your arm to draw blood, or step on the scale to see how much you weigh. It's much the same with our whales.
Today you'll see our whales do behaviors together in unison. Synchronizing their movements and working as a team strengthens their social bonds and helps make them the ocean's top predator. Their scientific name is Orca, but they're more commonly known as killer whales. Our 5 whales all have their own names. Their names are Katina, Nalani, Malia, Trua, and Makayo. Makayo is our youngest at 10 years old, and our oldest is Makayo and Alani's mom, Katina. She's 44 years old. Katina is the matriarch or the leader of our 5. Our whales trust us, and they take an active role in their own health and well-being. Through positive reinforcement training techniques, we teach them husbandry or healthcare behaviors. One of the first things that we teach our whales to do is called a fluke present, where they present their tail flukes to a trainer. We're going to demonstrate with the boys, Trua and Makayo, here in the slide out this afternoon. So not only does a fluke present allow us to get a great look at their entire body, but it also gives us access to blood vessels, which are very easy to see on the white underside of their tail flukes. Our veterinarians collect a voluntary blood sample at least once a month from our whales, and the whales are taught to stay calm and relaxed throughout. Now this afternoon you can see that Megan and Mimi are giving the whales a nice tail massage. You'll see us giving them back massages and even rubbing their flippers throughout our presentation today. They have very sensitive skin, and this is a great way for us to reinforce exceptional behavior and for us to build our relationships with our killer whales. Now blood samples are just one way that we can make sure that our whales are staying healthy. Another important diagnostic is weighing the whales. We weigh them every other week, and we're able to do that by asking them to slide their bodies up and out of the water onto a killer whale size scale that we have in one of our adjacent pools. Makayo on the left weighs about 4,200 pounds. Trua on the right is our biggest guy. He weighs about 6,200 pounds, and both boys are still growing. But you'll notice that the portion of their bodies from their dorsal fins to their tail flukes is still in the water. It's a very strong body part called their peduncle, and it weighs several hundred pounds. So without the water, we wouldn't get an accurate weight. To solve that problem, we simply ask the whales to lift their tails up and out of the water. This way we can make sure that our younger whales continue to grow and our adult whales maintain a healthy body weight.
And the care isn't just physical. Mental stimulation and play are vital, and we surprise and engage with our whales at every opportunity. Play is how killer whales teach their young to hunt. For the adults, play is important too. It seems that they just enjoy having fun. Making time for play is an important part of life for killer whales, and for us.
Hey guys, I'm over here on the left-hand side of the stadium. Observational learning and mimicry play a critical role in the life of a killer whale. From the moment they're born, they learn necessary life skills by watching and playing follow the leader with their moms, And other whales and our whales can play follow the leader with us too. So we're gonna put that to the test with you today. You are gonna help us out, okay? We're gonna have Trua watch you. You stand up, okay? All right, you stand with your arms by your sides. And I want you to turn around in a circle, okay? Go ahead. Spin around in a circle. And let's see if Trua can mimic you. Here we go. You got it, all right. Nice job, buddy, very good. Have a seat. So you are paying really close attention to you. They're super curious animals. Our whales frequently can be seen spot hopping or even jumping completely out of the water to get a better view of their surroundings or while they're playing. We'll demonstrate that with a behavior called a sighting now. It's going to be a jump over at stage. Okay guys, when Trua does his jump at stage, let's all give him a great big cheer. Here we go. Alright, we're going to take this party to the right-hand side of the stadium. That was a pretty cool jump that Trua did at stage. We could do one bigger and better over here with Micaiah. We're going to send a breach behavior. You guys ready with the signal over here? Alright, on the count of 3. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Swipe to the sky. A little help from me. Very good. So this is called a breach. Now breaching is one way that killer whales can communicate with each other. It's basically their way of making their presence known and saying, I'm here, everybody look at me, and here comes my coyote. Wow! All right, how about a huge round of applause for Trua, my coyote, and our audience volunteers. Good job, everybody. Seaworld's research and observation of the killer whales in our care has shed light on many of the mysteries about these amazing animals. For example, we know that the gestation period of a pregnant killer whale is about 17 months. That's information that would be impossible to obtain out in the wild. Some information, though, can only be gained through field observation. That's when Seaworld works with our partners, like the Norwegian Orca Survey and NOAA, to further our knowledge. Killer whales are powerful animals. And perhaps the best example of that power that we've seen is when they hunt.
Killer whales stand apart. They have no natural predators, and just about any other ocean animal could be their dinner.
ده حوت قاتل.
Depending on where they live and their chosen prey, they develop
الأوركا أو الحوت القاتل.
Off the coast of South America, killer whales will beach themselves, riding in on waves just long enough to catch prey. They'll also create waves that knock animals like penguins or seals from icebergs. Most importantly, they cooperate, communicate, and coordinate as a team. Here's footage of killer whales corralling a school of herring. A whale dips in and feeds, while the other whales keep the fish together with spikes of their tail flukes.
So killer whales create ways to hunt, and they use their tail flukes to stun prey. Here's a demonstration. For our whales, it means a fun activity session, but for all of you, it's time to get wet! athletes. They can eat several hundred pounds of food every day. In the wild, their diets vary depending on where they live and the time of year. Unfortunately, overfishing, pollution, and other factors are having a serious impact on some killer whale populations.
Killer whales are impressive animals, and it's pretty obvious why they're the top predator in the ocean. That means killer whales are invincible, right? Wrong.
Killer whales depend on a plentiful food source and a clean environment. They're completely dominant, yet completely dependent.
When it comes down to it, killer whales are not the most powerful animal in the ocean.
Their future depends on you.
They're your actions.
Through the choices we all make.
We hold the future of killer whales and the oceans in our hands.
Killer whales continue to surprise and amaze us. They're the perfect ambassador for the ocean, limitless, connected, powerful, but still vulnerable.
The challenges that we face can seem insurmountable. Don't give up. Be inspired.
We can make a difference.
The ocean needs our help, and that seems overwhelming. But together, we can make it happen.
There's so much to learn.
So much to protect. So much to explore. The killer whale story is still being written. And there are simple things we all can do to make a difference. All it takes is one choice.
One positive act. One ripple that can grow and grow.
And change the world.
Together, we've got this.
mystery.
For your safety, we ask that you please remain seated. Please remain seated. We are going to exit the stadium several sections at a time. We have these different colored flags. They're going to come to you when the flag is waved as you're